I'm walking down 3rd Street. It's a beautiful October night. It's probably 65, 60 degrees. And I'm walking down 3rd Street. That's my old elementary. This is where we had field day. This field right here where we had our, I guess in the spring, right before the summer, before school let out. Yeah, we had all kinds of, games and, whatever field day consists of. But our playground used to be on the other side of the school. Things have changed a little bit. The one little playground in the front, it seems like they built that when I was in 5th grade, like right towards the end of my schooling. But, it's October night. I see Halloween decorations. I want to show you my great-grandmother's house. She was the author of How Long the Heart Remembers. And it was a really nice book on her life growing up in the Georgia mountains in the early 1900s when she was a little girl, and about her siblings. It reminds me so much when I read it. It makes me think of the Little House on the Prairie. It really does. She discusses the presidents that were in office during her childhood. Well, she would have been born in 1910, so it was right after the Teddy Roosevelt administration. So, I'm forgetting. I have a brain fart. I can't remember the president from 1913 to 21. She discussed him. It'll come to me in a little bit. But it's the little yellow house down here. That was it. That was my great-grandmother's house that was towards the end of her life. That would have, I don't think, that's the little yellow house she lived in the 70s, in the early, that's where she wrote her book, or she would have started. I think that's where she died in New Mexico, though. They moved her out there when she had Alzheimer's. So she lived from 1910 to 1985. So I do have a picture of her holding me as a baby. So I never got to really know her, sadly, but I love to talk to her, though. She wrote poetry and stuff like that, so she was an interesting lady. She also studied at UNC. I don't know if she graduated, but she did. It did say on the internet that she studied at UNC. See, here's a pirate. I don't know if they do this for the kids for Halloween, but that's pretty cool. Oh, God. About fell off the edge there. Look at that pirate. That's like a little tunnel there. You can walk through that. That's cool. I love that as a kid, the Nightmare Before Christmas. So that reminds me of the Halloween house so much. That's so cool. We may have that at work, those blow-ups. See, back in the 90s, we didn't have the blow-ups, 80s and 90s. That's something that kind of came out in the 2000s. Guys, this is great. I'm so glad I filmed it when I can. I'm so glad I filmed it when I did. They're finally gutting the old Kingsdown factory. You can kind of see the tunnel through there, the light through the. I know that. I don't know if I can turn on. Let me see if I can. Look, I can. I just saw they've knocked the windows out on this side. So I can't see anything, but you can. Try to show you every angle I can. That's so cool. I love the old ceilings, man. Just it's cool to think about all the hardworking Americans that produced great furniture in these places, I mean, they're American heroes too. They really are, The Industrial Revolution, man, it's just cool to think about. That's just amazing. Sorry, doing my best though, guys. So, now here's where that tunnel, the walkway, used to go from one side of the warehouse to the other part of the factory. And it just, somebody said it fell, like it just collapsed, or it was on the verge of collapsing and they had to tear it down. I had to show this. That's pretty cool. It's like this little, I don't know, derailed. I don't know if they, this used to be the newspaper. You know, everything in Mebane now is train themed. Of course, across the street is the old mural, the famous mural that's been there since at least the 80s, if not before then. But, but I thought this was cool with the artwork on the building. And then that's pretty cool. With the front of the train is like a face, like the sun. And there's the bottom, and there's the wheels. That's pretty cool, though. I do not know what derailed is supposed to be, though. There's the old Mebane Enterprise, the little Mebane. It's probably grown considerably, though, considering that Mebane isn't the tiny little town it was that I knew it to be in the 80s and the 90s. Do you hear the band? I just hate going there because they charge like $10 to get in. It's like, geez, come on, guys. I miss the days when it was 4th Street Bar. There's the old Mebane Library in the corner. Almost looks like it could have been a Masonic Lodge at one time. I know I probably said that before. That used to be a bar in the early 2000s. It's been nothing for years. And Soul Garden's always been one of my favorite stores. I think that's been in business since the late 90s, at least, if not before then. But I'm going to go around the corner and see if they've opened up the Wooden Nickel yet. I doubt it, but it's worth checking out. But for now, I'm going to let you go. Take it easy.